Oh, the phone. Hello? Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, you want to talk to Dallas? Okay, here he is. Here you go.
Hi.
Hello.
Bye.
Y'all see this box? This box contains something that is hopefully going to revolutionize my breathing and my health. In this box is my CPAP machine because I've got treatment-resistant asthma and sleep apnea. And so from now on, I'm gonna sleep with a hose attached to my head.
There's what she looks like, all set up. I gotta email the healthcare company and make sure there's nothing I have to sign left, but ready to use tonight. I am really proud of myself right now. The camera's gonna be crooked. We're gonna deal with it. So I've started working out, and it's all low impact exercises, which I chose to do low impact because I have, like I said, treatment resistant asthma, and along with it being triggered by allergies, it's also triggered by exercise. And so for the longest of time, I have not been able to do much of any exercise. Before I got pregnant with Scarlett, the exercise I did was on the Wii Fit, which did really benefit me. But with toddlers, I just see things messing up with the balance board because he'll probably be stepping on it every chance I step off of it. So I found this YouTube video, and I'll link it in the description. But I've been following that for a little bit, and like I said, I have asthma, so normally I'm not able to complete the whole video. So I just do what I can and do the best that I can for that day, because as somebody who is disabled for both physical and mental conditions, obviously the best that you can do one day may not be as good or maybe better than the best you can do another day. So I haven't really set any goals for myself as far as weight loss or anything. My only goal right now is do the best that I can perform during that day. And today I was able to finish the entire workout video for the first time ever. And that is a lot for me and my abilities, so I'm extremely proud of myself. So I completed the entire 20-minute workout. Now, I barely got through it. By the end of it, I was wheezing pretty bad. And I'm dying for a drink of water right now. I'm just getting dressed first. But this is still a big accomplishment for me, and I'm hoping that exercising and getting myself a little bit less sedentary, because, you know, I'm disabled and a stay-at-home parent, so most of the exercise I do is housework. I'm hoping that it'll actually help improve my resistance to when an asthma attack triggers, because at the moment I sometimes get winded going upstairs, and I'm trying to improve on that. Obviously, I'm also a plus-size woman, and while I'm not necessarily unhappy with the number on the scale, there are some aspects of my shape that I would maybe like to tone, and I would like to get stronger. So this is the first baby steps in the beginning of that, and I am so proud of myself and so happy that I decided to do this. But yeah, anyways, it's about lunchtime, so I need to go make the kiddo who's slamming some object on the coffee table right now some food. Chris just texted me and let me know that he's on his way home from work, and he wanted to know if I wanted to get Chinese food. And of course I was like, fuck yeah, I want Chinese food, because I haven't had any in forever. Later tonight, Dallas is also going over to my mom's to spend the night, so we will just have Scarlett to wake up and feed. But yeah, I just checked Life 360 because we have a circle on there, and it says he is about 20 minutes away. I'm gonna put the chicken breasts that I had laid out to make for dinner in the fridge, and I'm gonna make them tomorrow night instead. And hopefully me and Chris have a good night and play some video games together and a bunch of other stuff. It's one thing we've been trying to do more often is play video games together, just because it's an activity we can do that doesn't necessarily always have to take up a lot of time. So we've been trying to do that like every night or every couple of nights. Lately it's been just playing a cup on Mario Kart and that's it. But it's still quality time together outside of like the general intimacy. And I feel like that's something we desperately need. With him working this new job, he works long days, and so when he gets home, he has to go to bed kind of early. And so there's no staying up every single night late, spend hours upon hours of time together. So playing Mario Kart has been the way we've gotten to spend a little bit of time together, be a little bit competitive, and just have some fun that we don't get to have. Right now I'm waiting outside the doctor's office. Not my doctor, but psychiatric doctor's office. A month and a half ago or so, I found out my therapist was leaving, and I had been really struggling because I really depend on individual therapy. So I finally called the other day and just asked like where I was at on the waiting list, if there's any way I could get in to see anybody. And one of the therapists here had some availability, so they got me in today at 9 a.m. So I'm getting ready to go in there. I'm nervous because this is the first time in like 4 years that I'm starting all over with a new therapist. And obviously before you get the full level of therapy that therapy actually provides you, you have to get to know your therapist and they have to get to know you, and you kind of have to catch them up on a lot. Luckily, this is to the same place my other therapist was, so he'll have like all of her notes and stuff, but it's still nerve-wracking, especially because what if I don't like this therapist? Then I have to worry about potentially waiting even longer because I'm not going to get any therapeutic value out of a therapist I don't like. But I'm also excited because hopefully this will help my mental health greatly. I've been just kind of all over the place, and I'd really like to tackle some of those issues and be able to vent and speak about them and kind of challenge my thinking in ways that I can't really do as well outside of a clinical setting. So I've been home for a good couple of hours now, and I've spent most of the time picking up the kids' room. It becomes a disaster very easily because Dallas takes out all his toys, takes all the books off the shelf, and he's not at the age where he'll pick up by himself. Like if I start picking up, he will help me and I can tell him to help me, but he's not going to obviously take the initiative. But along with cleaning up the room, I also finally found these decals that I had gotten them for the room because I did like a Blue's Clues theme all across the room. And so I put those up. Some of them are behind me here, and then there's others, a little splotch of them on the wall behind his bed, and then a splotch of them behind the crib. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out. I'll show you guys like a view of the whole room. So when you walk in, they have this stuffed animal tower up there. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting in here. Here is Dallas's bed. He's got the Blue's Clues bedding. This is a night light that I found for like $15 at Target. Lights up. So I have that little nightstand for him. These are the stickers I put above his bed, and of course he wanted to immediately tear them off because they were Blue's Clues, so I had to put them up higher than they were originally. Then if we look over here, we got the toy, little rocking horse, his little music instrument cart. That's a ball pit, but we lost all the balls to it. It's Blue's Clues themed, so I just threw the large stuffed animals in it that don't really fit in the toy box. And then back here, this is the crib. Scarlett doesn't currently sleep in the crib because she's in the bassinet downstairs with us. So this is laundry I have yet to put away for them. But I have this blanket that my mom had made for her. That's Blue's Clues themed. And then I have some stickers behind the crib. This stuff that's on the changing table is stuff like my laundry underneath this blanket that somehow ended up in their laundry. So I just sorted through it and I'm going to take it out of the room in a second. Normally this is empty. There's a closet. I leave that light on. I'm trying not to leave it on during the day, but at night I leave it on as sort of a night light. You'll also notice up in the corner I have one blink camera up there. And then if you go over here, there's another one. That's so I have a view of both their bed and crib as kind of a video baby monitor on my Echo. And then over here, this is the prettiest part of the room right here. I have their bookshelf with all their books, and these two bins hold their pajamas. That one's Scarlett's, that one's Dallas's. His coloring books and little flashcards for vocabulary are in that bin down there. He's got a couple toys I keep up here. His cleaning stuff. The dirty laundry hamper, that is Blue's Clues, and then his little Blue's Clues kitchen that he got for Easter. And then I have the bigger quantity of the stickers up above all of that. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of what I did in here. Granted, this isn't what should have been my priority today, but I was tired of looking at the disaster that the room was. I forgot to share how my first therapy session with my new therapist went. I really get along with the guy so far. I think I'm going to benefit a lot from working with him. He's somebody who likes to screen patients before he will accept them as their patient. And so he looked through my medical records, just kind of a skim, and the fact that I called and advocated for myself, he said, was actually one of the biggest reasons why he decided to take me on. He said that between that and the fact that I was with my last therapist for over 4 years, it shows that I am consistent with appointments and that I really value the care that I'm receiving, which I understand. He doesn't want to take on people who are always going to cancel every other appointment or no call, no show all the time. These first 3 to 4 sessions are going to be weekly, so I have 3 more appointments scheduled every Friday afternoon right now. And then after that, he said if I'm feeling stable enough to go to every other week, we can. He just wants to have the first couple of sessions be weekly. That way we can really get to know each other, get to discuss my treatment goals, what I really want to work on, and just kind of break the ice a little bit, which I was completely fine with because where he is at, it's through the same clinic that I saw my other therapist, but I saw her at a location outside of the main clinic, which was a lot farther of a drive, and he is right at the main clinic, which is only like 8 miles away from where I live. I mean, gas prices are expensive, and if I had to drive weekly rather than every other week to where I saw my other therapist, it probably would really hinder me financially. But luckily he is a lot closer, which is helpful in times that I am not stable, because I'm gonna be honest, with my last therapist, there was times that I was really unstable that I didn't go weekly just because I couldn't afford it. Times that I probably really would have benefited from going weekly rather than every other week. And so I'm happy that this is a little bit closer to my home than my last therapist's location was. Anyway, I'm just sitting here enjoying a cup of tea, and I've got 2 big like storage cabinets sitting in front of the coffee table on the couch. So like my living room is kind of weird. I have to rearrange my furniture because this morning my dad, my uncle Chris, and then his brother Charles all helped haul my grandma's piano over here. My grandma passed away about 2.5 years ago, and way before she ever got sick with the cancer, she said that when it was her time to go, she wanted me to have the piano, because I used to sit like every day after school and play the piano and work on it with her. And nobody else in the family really plays the piano, at least not to the degree that I play it anyway, so she said that it was going to be left to me. We plan on staying here in this apartment until we get into a house, and hopefully a house in this same town. So we are pretty much settled down here for the next however many years. And so my dad was willing to haul it over here because he lives 3 blocks away, and my grandma's piano is across the street from their house at what was my grandma's house but is now my uncle's house. So they hauled it over here this morning. It's sitting on the opposite wall of me. The 2 storage cabinets that are sitting in front, that's what I have to rearrange the living room for. Every single drawer, and I mean these cabinets have like 12 drawers each, are stacked full with music books for piano, because my grandma was really amazing at the piano, and so she had collected so many books over the years, as well as I believe there's probably some music that she has written in these cabinets somewhere, and if so, I would really like to learn to play some of the music that she had written eventually. But after they got it hauled in here, I cracked open one of the books and started learning how to play. Feel free to correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Furelise by Beethoven. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know if I've ever pronounced it right, but that's how it's kind of written. And I got further than I ever got the first time I tried to learn it, because I wasn't at the same skill level that I am now. And then after I was done doing that, I took the lamp that is actually a lamp my grandma gave me a long time ago, and I set it above the piano so that at night, because there's no overhead light in this living room, I can play, but I gotta put a light bulb in it because the light bulb that's currently in it is burnt out. I also hung up these 2 frames that I made for both of the kids. They're both 8x10 photo frames matted to fit 2 4x6 photos. And I made one of them for both Dallas and Scarlett. So the top photo on both of them is their ultrasound photo, and then the bottom photo is the newborn photo they got taken in the hospital. Since like right after she passed away.
I feel so happy to be able to play it again, but also just I feel empty because she's not here to help me through the parts I get frustrated at in the music, or remind me to put more feeling into the music so that it doesn't sound so robotic. I have to remind myself that now. I miss her so much. I fucking hate cancer.